Season finale, the Kenya Premier League comes to an end this afternoon. We have a number, 9 matches to be specific, that have been lined up for this afternoon. And before we take a look at the fixtures for this afternoon, of course, we went out there to the fans to get their view on how the Kenya Premier League 2018 season was, and this is what they had to say.
The Kenya Premier League season has been great. If you look at the competition, those who are battling for the top scorers, you find that almost 3 to 5 people are just within the competition line. So this shows how competitive it has been. And even if you look at the teams battling for the top 5 positions like Sofapaka, Tusker, and Kariobangi Sharks, they are great. You look at the competition, it's quite tough. Yeah, Kenyan clubs can match Gor Mahia. I think Gor Mahia is just overrated because, one, they have a strong fan base, and then the fans trust in them and always follow them from all directions. So I think if other clubs can borrow this leaf, there are big clubs like AFC Leopard, Tusker, these are the clubs. These are very good clubs. And if only that they can manage to at least earn the trust of their fans, this can be a great move, and the competition can be high.
KPL has been a very competitive league in Kenya, but its only problem is that there's been only one dominant team, which is Gor Mahia. So I think that when more clubs invest more in their teams, we'll be having a very, very competitive team, so that it's not only the likes of Gor Mahia FC or Ulinzi who dominate the league. Right now, I don't think there's any team that can match the way Gor Mahia is playing. Despite the recent problems it has been having, that's why they lost those games. I don't think there's any team that can beat them even next season.
Tunaangalia Kenya Premier Leagues, hatuoni kama inaenda mbaya, lakini kama hizi tukiona hizi clubs kwa Kenya, hizi clubs zote, mambo ya pesa ndio shida. Ndio naona hata kama timu zingine iwezi fika hata mbeleni huko, hawana pesa, za zingine hata wanakosa hata pesa ya ndege kama wanaenda kucheza nje. But kama naona Kogalo, kuna timu ambayo inaweza shinda Gor Mahia in Kenya. But sasa wameregea kidogo, hawalipi wa players. Sasa hivyo ndio walipe wenye wanacheza, walipe mzuri, waando lao watu mzuri, ndio tukue hata na target siku moja hiyo Gor Mahia iweke hata Harambee Stars, fika hata Cup of Nation, waende mpaka World Cup. Na serikali pia wasupport teams zote Kenya hii, ndio mambo ya football kuwe mzuri.
Premier League is that the support that Gor Mahia has got, it's very it's quite big. So as for me, I see that Gor Mahia is is a bit ahead of the other teams. And then the second team that can beat the Gor Mahia is like tupatie AFC Leopard, because the AFC Leopard, they are rivals. You know, rivals, they know the opponents, the side of the opponent. Unajua Gor Mahia wako na weaker side.
Well, some of the views from fans of the Kenya Premier League, and remember the league comes to an end this afternoon. We want to cross over to Kamtoyoyo grounds here in Nairobi, where Kariobangi Sharks will be taking on Chemelil in their final match of the season. And now we are joined by Kevin Kimathi, who is at the Kamtoyoyo grounds. Kevin, what is the mood like at Kamtoyoyo?
Well, it's an exciting mood here as fans are waiting for the final round of the Kenya Premier League match between Chemelil Sugar and Kariobangi Sharks. It's a do or die for Chemelil. Remember, they are at the risk of playing in the playoffs with one of the National Super League side. They are in the 13th position with 38 points. The same points with Nzoia Sugar and Vihiga United, who are in the 12th position. What this means is that Posta Rangers, who are in the 16th position, with 37 points. If Chemelil loses to Kariobangi Sharks and then Posta Rangers wins today's match, they will be at risk of playing in the playoffs. And of course, they will be trying their best to make sure that they will not play in the playoffs. The boys, of course, they are coming to this match well motivated and psyched up after winning 3 of their last 5 matches. Remember, they beat Mathare United 1-0. Last weekend, they beat Kakamega Homeboys 2-0, and they also beat Thika United 1-0. So they will give all the best to make sure that they will not go to the playoffs, because again, remember, the playoffs will be deciding who will remain in the Kenya Premier League next season, or who will be promoted to the Kenya Premier League season. That is if the NSL side wins. But Kariobangi Sharks, is it going to make it easy for the Chemelil boys? Of course not. Remember, Kariobangi Sharks are in their best possible form. They have won 4 of their last 5 matches, and the same team has also qualified to the final round, to the finals of the SportPesa Shield Cup. Of course, it's going to be a real battle between the two teams. And now I'll be speaking to Chemelil Sugar head coach just to get his view ahead of this match. Coach, how are you going to approach today's match, bearing in mind that you are at the risk of going to the playoffs?
Well, I know it's a match like any other match. What I know is that we have come for 3 points, nothing else. But I know with my boys, the way they've been training, if they can able to carry that into today's match, I'm sure of getting the 3 points.
How are the boys so far going to this match? Do you have any injuries, concerns?
Well, with the injury, I don't think if they have anybody with as injury. The team is full, confidence with my boys, and I know with the kind of playing, we know that we are playing away, and I know that we're facing a team which is tough, but we have also to work hard and make sure that we get those 3 points.
Looking at this season so far, how the season has been, you are at the risk of again being relegated. That is if you lose in the playoffs. That is, of course, if first you go to the playoffs. How do you think the season has been for the team so far, and what are the preparations to make sure that at least you play, the team remains in the Kenya Premier League?
Well, it was hard actually. You know, we lost almost the entire team. This is a new team, completely new team, with the new faces from the Premier League for the second leg. We sign almost 17 players, new players who have not even appeared for the Premier League before. But I'm happy, and of course, with them, the way they have been playing, they have already shown me that they want something. Yeah. Okay, thanks, and all the best, coach, in today's match. Now, that was the Chemelil Sugar head coach just talking about the match they are going to face Kariobangi Sharks in the next few minutes. Remember that in the next few minutes, remember that this match will be a battle to make sure that Chemelil doesn't get relegated. He's saying that he's still hopeful that they will be able to remain in the Kenya Premier League side. And now I'll be speaking to Kariobangi Sharks head coach William Muluya just to get his view ahead of this match. Remember, Kariobangi Sharks will also give their best to make sure that at least they finish in the top 5. They still stand a chance of finishing in the top 5. Remember, they are in the 7th position with 50 points. Just 1 point adrift from FC Leopards, who are in the 6th position, and also 2 points adrift from Sofapaka, who are in the 5th position. So if they win, collect maximum points today, they still stand a chance of finishing in the 5th position. Coach, how are you going to approach today's match against Chemelil Sugar, bearing in mind that Chemelil are at the risk of getting relegated? It's going to be a battle. They are going to give their best.
Very cautiously. Of course, playing someone who really wants to win, I think he's going to give all his best. So basically, it's like just before you get stung, maybe for the best you can do is to remain cautious and try to avoid any mistake that can give them a chance for them to win.
Someone looking at the opposition right now, the position you are in, he might say that you have really nothing to lose because you're not at the risk of getting relegated, and already the league has gone. But how are you going to approach this match, bearing in mind you still stand a chance of finishing in the 5th position?
I think I'll say mostly the best is to have an objective. And what is the objective? The objective is at least having a situation whereby you can finish in a good position. And for sure, top 5 finish for us, it will be very okay. And top 5 finish for us, will be a situation that will grant the team at least a better chance again.
Okay, thanks and all the best, coach, in today's match. Now, Robinson, that was Kariobangi Sharks head coach William Muluya. Just talking about the match next, well, they will be playing Chemelil Sugar in the next few minutes. He's very positive that they will be able to finish in the top 5 position in the Kenya Premier League. Remember, this is the final round of the Kenya Premier League this season. And also, Kariobangi Sharks, they are in their best form. Of course, they will be in 2 weeks' time, they will be playing in the Shield Cup final. Back to you, Robinson.
Well, thanks a lot, Kevin Kimathi, who is at the Camp Toyo grounds here in Nairobi, where Kariobangi Sharks will be taking on Chemelil Sugar. Remember, Chemelil, it's a do-or-die clash for them. So it's not only Kariobangi Sharks and Chemelil who are playing this afternoon. We also have other matches on the cards on the final day of the Kenya Premier League 2018 season. Tusker FC will be taking on Gor Mahia, who are already crowned the champions. FC Leopards will be in Nakuru against Nzoia Sugar. Sony Sugar will be taking on Wazito, who are already relegated. Kericho will be taking on Sofapaka, a match that we played in Kericho. Then we have Kakamega Homeboys taking on Posta Rangers. Remember, Posta Rangers have to win this match to avoid going into the third place, to the playoff, KPL playoff match that they will be playing against a team that is third on the National Super League. Then we have Mathare United will be taking on Ulinzi Stars. Bandari will be playing already relegated Thika. And then Nakumatt FC will be playing Vihiga United. Those are some of the matches that are on the cards this afternoon. Remember, Gor Mahia won the league with 6 matches to go. So what do their fans have to say about this team, who are the 17-time Kenya Premier League champions? Let's take a look.
Ni furaha kwa sisi watu wa Gor Mahia kwa sababu tumetafuta sana. Unajua sisi mafans wa Gor Mahia tumeenda kila pahali tukitafuta hii kombe ambayo tumechukua juzi Kisumu, na ile kitu muhimu ni kuambia mafans waendelee na moyo kusupport team. Pia sitasahau kusema shukrani kwa chairman wa Gor Mahia Ambrose Chier, ambao amefanya bidii juu chini ya kwamba Gor imekuwa ikichukua kikombe kila mara. Kando na hiyo pia nashukuru pia wadhamini kwa sababu kuchukua league bila sponsor sio kazi rahisi.
Imekuwa kazi ngumu, na tunashukuru sana chairman yetu Rachier kwa sababu hii shukrani yote ni kwake. Ameweka timu pamoja, na hata kama kuna shida hapa na pale tumeona kweli ameachieve.
Msimu ujao naona mkikuja ligi mara
4. Hiyo ni lazima. Ligi ya Kenya sasa hii tuko sure hata in the next 3 years itakuwa tu ni Gor Mahia. Tuko sawa nayo. Hatuna shida hapo, hiyo tunajua ya kwamba our players, hata tukiwacha the senior players, hiyo players number 2 wanatosa kuchukua league. Tuko sawa. Tuko set.
Nina furaha sana kama shabiki wa Gor Mahia.
Nini hasa unaona mnafaa kuzingatia kama mashabiki kwa sababu msimu ujao ligi mnaenda?
To maintain tu timu yenye tuko nayo kwa sasa, tuongeze ma defenders juu tuko na loophole defending na midfield iko sawa. Tunajua hiyo ligi tutachukua.
Unaona mtashinda mara 3 mfululizo, unaona
tutaichukua for the next 2 years to come. We are very proud of it. Hata mashemeji tunahimiza tu wajikaze.
Nasikia vizuri because it's my team.
So unaona mtashinda ligi msimu ujao ama msimu ujao?
Lazima tutashinda zote. Yes. That's all.
Gor Mahia hata wakati tulichukua ligi ni vile atungeenda binguni. Furaha ilijaa kila pali. Yani hata ukiwa ukitembea unasikia raha. Bado tunatarajia mengi sana. Hata next year, wacha this year. Next year tutachukua mapema sana ndugu yangu. So long as Rachir bado yuko kwa ofisi, tutachukua hata mara 20. Hiyo naweza kuhakikishia.
Well, Gor Mahia fans right there, one saying that they are too happy only that they cannot go to heaven because of the happiness they're getting from the team. Let's move on. Take a look at the standings in the Kenya Premier League. After 33 matches, remember this is the season finale today. Gor Mahia already champion, 75 points. Bandari, 59 points in second place. Ulinzi Stars, 53 points in third place. Tusker come in at number 4 with 53 points. Then Sofapaka, 52 points on 5th place. FC Leopards are 6th on the log before we jump into the bottom 5. FC Leopards 6th on the log. Then you have Kariobangi Sharks, who are 7th on that log. The bottom 5 teams that we have in the Kenya Premier League, at number 14 we have Nzoia Sugar with 38 points, Nakumatt 36 points at number 15, Posta Rangers number 16 37 points, Wazito already relegated 31 points, and Thika United 23 points. Now remember, these 3 teams, that is Nzoia, Nakumatt, Posta and Vihiga, have to win their matches today and probably increase their chances of not going into the playoff tie. So we take a look at the Golden Boot. Remember, the race for the Golden Boot is on. We have Jacques Tuisenge for Gor Mahia, who has 15 goals. Eric Apaito for Kariobangi Sharks has 15 goals. Elvis Rupia for Nzoia Sugar. Remember, he left midway through the season to Zambia, still 15 points. So you have to ask yourself, if he had remained the Kenya Premier League, how many goals will he have scored by now? Michael Madoya from Uzuke Richo has 14 goals, and then Cliff Nyakea from Mathare United has 13 goals. So that is how the KPL top scorers is shaped as. We want to take a short commercial break. When you're coming back, we'll be taking a look at the Nairobi Swimming Gala. We have your throwback and also your top 5 moments of the week. And also, you don't want to miss what Mourinho said after Manchester United won yesterday.